Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of 8 Ounces of Inspiration. Today I have with me a food inspiring woman, Parul Khaitan. She's revolutionizing fusion cooking and taking her passion for culinary to every home through her cloud kitchen and bringing diners for private fine dining experience inspired by Michelin star restaurants throughout Once Upon a Table, an experiential supper club. Starting in Jaipur, she has formed this 7 course fine dining experience for people to come and really savor what's out there when she travels around the world and she tries to bring it through this dining experience. Parul she has a Bachelor of Engineering from Mumbai, and she worked with Reliance. Post marriage, she started working in her own family managed business. She relocated from Kolkata to Jaipur in 2018 and then realized that it was time to follow the calling of her soul, which was passion for food. And she has taken that to the next level by creating a wonderful business out of it. So today we are here with her. I personally have experienced the 7 course dining experience, and I really wanted to bring her on the podcast to hear more from her. What got her started? What's been the inspiration behind it? Moving from engineering to food, and what keeps her going. So, Parul, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Nidhi. Such kind words.
No, it was an absolutely, I would say, gastronomical experience for me. For the first time in Jaipur, I was in a place setting where I felt that I was like in San Francisco in the evening, sitting out with friends and having this amazing, it wasn't just about the food, it was really about the way it was presented, the way everything was taken care of, and I just felt so special myself, without being there for a special occasion of a anniversary or a thing. So I think what you're doing is absolutely brilliant. So my first question to you is, uh, what truly inspired you to make that switch from being in a family managed business where things are kind of taken care of? You're there, sometimes you can allow yourself to be absent and it's okay, you have a team running it, to moving completely on your own where you know that you need to hold the fort together yourself, you're accountable, responsible, you got to be there, right? What inspired the shift from there to here?
So, Nidhi, it was very organic. Ever since I was working in the business, I always felt I was working, but there was nothing that I was connected to the work. Every time I was in the kitchen, I felt so connected that I couldn't find myself. I was only cooking, and it was like a meditation place for me. I was in some different zone. One fine day in pandemic, I realized this is what I need to do, however, whatever it takes me to. So that's what I that is when I thought, okay, this is the only thing I need to do.
That is so.
Also I think I read a phrase those days that to express your happiness, not to be happy from the work. So this is what now I do.
Lovely, and you're touching so many hearts with that happiness, into so many tummies with that happiness. Uh, creating a business, right? When you start to create something of your own, and especially like in the food business, where people have different tastes, people come with different orientations. How has been the journey so far with your cloud kitchen now without? What is it that you feel? Share some challenges, and then share some like very joyous moments of where you feel that okay, it's so worth it despite the challenges.
There were a lot of challenges. Moving from everything was taken care of to everything needs to be taken care by me. But Jaipur was not ready for it. Also, I feel I had priced my food at very nominal rates as per me, because I use very authentic and organic stuff. Also, I had this thing in Moto things which I can't serve to my boys. I cannot serve it out. So it obviously gave me expensive ingredients to use. But the challenge was Jaipur was not ready to pay, and they were not understanding where was I coming from. So this was a very big challenge back then. The wow moments I feel is just happened 3 days back. One more sit down which I was hosting, and one of the dish when three people together put that in their mouth and they were like, and that was a moment where I felt, oh my God, this is what I was working for.
Yeah.
So
Nay, that's beautiful.
it
Yeah.
makes me keep going. Yeah.
And I think you can see that instant gratification comes because you can feel that, yes, they're really relishing and enjoying what they're putting in their mouth.
The feel that I put it in the food was there on their face. So I could connect there with them.
So, Out, how did you come up with this name?
Because I am a very story person and I have always read books, and all my back memories were once upon a time. So here, when I wanted to create more stories on the table, although I don't have a restaurant, and I did not start it with the thought it was a cloud kitchen then, and now I have a table to
Yeah.
set it up. But I always wanted to see stories, get connected with the stories, with the food that I curate for them. So that's how I came up with this name, Once Upon a Table.
Beautiful. And do you have aspirations? Do you always want to keep it more like a supper club, dining out in the gardens or private dining? Or do you have aspirations to own your own restaurant and run that someday?
I do have aspirations for restaurants, but something like this, like a very, not like 100-seater or not like a 50-seater place, like a 30-35-seater place or 40-seater place where people are getting cozy, where they are having this intimacy time, where they can leave their phone for hours and spend time with the food that I serve it to them, where they have this vibe of being themselves with the food and not with the world. Where I want people to just disconnect with this AI and be in time with the food.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So, like you just said, that Jaipur wasn't ready, for this concept. And I think a lot of people, even now, if you ask me, I would say they've not even heard the word supper and forget supper clubs, right? And
Yeah.
that concept is alien to them. Uh, and the concept of like your food is amazing, fusion food, it's something that I love because I'm not a very naan dal curry kind of everyday person. But the taste buds I feel in the city that, mostly the restaurant that I visit is very everything, even if it's Chinese, is very Indianized. You know what I mean, right? And your food is very authentic. So when you serve the French onion soup, it was authentic, right? It didn't have that I Indianized it, or the way you served your beetroot salad, all of that. Uh, how do you feel, how do you think you can bridge that, what people come with a preconceived notion of how they want their food to be versus turning them around to say that, look, leave that out and try and savor this and just enjoy what's coming your way. How do you think you can shift that taste bud experience for them?
Actually, it's a very interesting question. But what I feel is, I have my menu, which is like a complete journey of mine. So the food that I've put it in the menu is like my journey, my learnings. All the dishes are from my head, which I don't think so you must have eaten anywhere because it's all my invention. So what I feel is it is different, but yet I understand, and that much trust I have, that it's very comforting food. Even though you must have tasted authentic soup, French onion soup, but yes, it had a my take to it. It had that comfort which I know that you will enjoy. Probably that is a thought that things should bridge the thing.
Okay.
Rest, we'll take it, look it forward, how people are enjoying, and take it from there.
Yeah. So I have a very curious question for you. You got selected into the first team of the MasterChef competition that was held in India, right? And you made it. You were there for 20 days till you found out that you were carrying a baby, and then you had to drop out of it. Now, something which is so big for people that they live for, and it's probably like a dream come true, and you get it, and then you have to just leave it, right? Sometimes it just like creates this, like, why? It could have been later, and why did, I mean, did you go through this feeling that time, or you were just okay, Kitika, it doesn't matter, that I have to drop out? I mean, did
I always I always take how life has given it to me. I always take it how it comes to me. And I always welcome what has come to me. At that particular point, I was so happy for my younger child that this didn't really matter to me. And also I was in a place where I had a very supporting family. So I knew this can anytime happen to me. This I can any time, if I really want, I can build it. Also, I feel life gives you what you deserve. So at that particular point, I think I deserved more for my, to be a mother than to be a artist. I call myself artist that time. So, but yes, now I'm ready. I'm doing this table, and even though I'm not in MasterChef, I think I'm doing my best. What I could have done then, I'm doing it now. It's okay. I think this is the right time for me to indulge into this.
Yeah, I think you're blossoming at the right time. That maturity comes in, and I think that freedom from knowing that my children are now on their own paths
Yes.
gives us a lot of
Yes.
freedom. As a mother, I can totally understand that. But the 20 days that you spent in MasterChef getting trained, right? Share that experience with us. How was it?
It was very good. It was when I kind of learned quite of. I never went to a culinary school. I never learned anything. So those 20 days were like uh, it gave me a lot of learnings. It gave me a lot of patience. It back at home you have help, that there you had no help. So it gave me a lot of things where where you are set alone, how to put up the things. So I think the courage that I got it from there was the courage that I used when I moved, when I left my work which I was doing and did this business where I felt I can do it myself. I thought what the things which I learned there, the right from chopping to matching the flavors to understanding the flavors, making certain things, the technicality of food, all of this I learned within a very short time. I learned it there.
Yeah.
And the confidence, courage,
Yeah.
more than all that,
I don't know if you
that I
learned
got from.
plating there or not, but your plating is absolutely outstanding. So,
I didn't get a chance to learn plating there. I didn't get it till there, but yeah, initial few chopping and all
that,
basic
okay, that's okay.
infusions.
Yeah. So, now tell me that in terms of looking at out and your cloud kitchen as a business, right? How do you see evolving? So one is, I always feel, because, being a business coach, I work with a lot of startups, that a lot of the founders they come from their creative space, right? And that's why you start a business, because you're very passionate, you love the idea. But somewhere where they start to really get challenged or start to struggle, right, is when they have to take care of so many other things that is not their specialization. The logistics, the vendor management, the staff issues and all of that. So do you have a team that takes care of it, or right now you're the only person who's managing everything, and then slowly and steadily you're going to build your team?
Right now, I'm the only person who's managing everything, and slowly now I look forward to build a team to
Okay.
take care of every vertical and each dimension to the business. But I think currently I'm doing it pretty well. But now I really feel I need a team.
So tell me,
This is a time.
role you wish, or the first role you would want to hire somebody for because you absolutely wish you weren't doing it when you do it,
Marketing.
marketing.
I really don't know how to market myself. I really don't know how to, pull
Yeah.
the crowd. We don't know how to tell that this is good. Try it at least.
Yeah. No, I'm sure. I think you should be pretty sorted. I'm sure you'll get a lot of word of mouth referrals. So hopefully, it's going to do really, really well for you. So yes, absolutely. All fingers crossed. Tell us a little bit about your family life, your kids. How do you balance your work with your kid schedules or your family? Because obviously a lot of your work demands you to be there in the evenings, right? Personally be there, at least in the initial days. And that's also the time when kids are home. So they don't really see the mom. So how do you kind of balance this and make sure that everything's okay?
As I told you, I have a very, very generous and understanding family. They are very supportive. They are very, very supportive. I'm very lucky and fortunate to have them around. Even my kids, they understand each bit of me. They know that I need to be there, and they're grown up enough to take care of themselves at that particular time. They experienced themselves 2 days back, the sit down that I started doing it. And they were so happy, and they were like, okay, you must do it every day. So this is a kind of time they're ready to give it to me now. Like, I can just step out and do it. So managing is pretty easy now. When you have a supportive people and team around and family around, I don't think so this is a problem. Sab
Yeah.
milke kar sakte hain.
And that's nice. That's really nice. And I've always felt that when children see and they are around a working mother, their level of this respect and their level of this, wow factor for a woman, for any woman, like really increases. They suddenly feel, I want to be there, like you said, support my mom, help her, not be the crying baby or take care of things myself because I don't want to disturb her. And I think that's one
Absolutely,
of the biggest
absolutely.
things.
My elder son is looking after my invoices. My elder son is looking after my packaging. My elder son is giving me inputs in the taste buds. So I see him involved so much with my work that I feel, oh my God, how much respect does he have for me? Is very important for them to understand how women are also these days. It's very important for their boys. I want to raise them as a good and a very respectful human beings as well, apart from the work. So I feel this is a very good learning for them when
Absolutely.
they see.
I think like a working mother is, a lot of times women tell me, and I would love to hear your input on this. A lot of times when women say that, oh, I'm home because I need to be there for my kids, I tell them that it's not about working full time, that you're out of your house all day. It's about working smart. We're also well educated nowadays that you can start a small business from home, work your times around your family's needs, but still do something so that your children know that my mother has a life beyond just the kitchen and our room and our taking care, but that's her identity also.
Absolutely. That's what I was coming to tell you. Within a family, we are so many different people, yet everybody of us have their own individuality. So it's not that I'm a mother to them and I will not have my individuality. They should respect that as well. And they should know who I am. Apart from being mother, they should know who I am.
Yeah.
Like Parul, who Parul is to them.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, like you did engineering, I find it always very fascinating, when I'm interacting with women who've done engineering, moved into the industrial side of it. Was engineering like by choice, or was it something that because your parents also came from an industrial background, you felt that, okay, I'll do this and then join my parents? What was the choice inspired by?
So back then, everybody in the family were doctors and engineers. That was the only profession I knew while I was growing up. So engineering was one thing I had it in mind because I couldn't study as doctors needed to. I couldn't study as much. So I thought, okay, I'll do engineering because these are the only two reputed professions I know. But after, as I told you, also I take life as it comes. But yet I had regrets after Reliance and I got married for very few little time where I felt, oh my God, I should have done something in culinary, something in some cooking courses or something like that. I just wasted my time in engineering. But now I realize what engineering taught me, and it's helping me so much in this work.
Yeah.
How to, I now I tell my boys also, this education should only always tell you how to learn things. What you're learning is not important. How to learn, how to keep learning, how to keep growing is the prime focus should be.
And I think one thing I have noticed, because I have a lot of engineers around me and I'm like from a business, a commerce background, that one thing I felt I find a challenge in my learnings was that they see things in a very methodical and an analytical way, which I
Yeah.
just can't. I just can't visualize it all. And I feel I wish I had that because it's very easy to break down things and then kind of put them together, like you said. It's
Yeah.
like about that learning and then how you can use that learning in whatever environment you have. It's kitchen, whether it's an industry, whether it's your suitcase packing, for all you know.
What skill should grow, not what you're learning.
Yeah.
Today you have chat GPT, you have so many things which tells you all everything what you need to know.
Yeah, absolutely. And now tell me this, that you travel a lot, right? So from
Yes.
all these travel experiences that you have, do you firstly start to look for which are the restaurants I want to go to when I visit the city? What is the kind of food I want to savor? And what you tend to even subconsciously pick up from your travels?
Food.
Food, the flavors,
Yes.
and you land
The
up
flavor.
spices and stuff when you travel?
Yes. I've shopped. Half my luggage is filled with local, wherever I have been, the local ingredient that you get there. And then coming back and trying out that flavor. Okay, the Ladakh I went, okay, the thupka had this flavor, what ingredient went in, and then few things which I carried, and then I tried using them, and then eventually I got the flavor.
Oh, amazing.
So that's all is what I do when I travel. And for those reasons, now my family has told me we will not go to food places now.
Yeah. Okay, so now I want to just get some highlights on Parul as like what Parul loves and what Parul, gets inspired by. So I'm going to just ask you some really fast questions, just whatever comes to your mind first. A city that you love,
Jaipur,
a city that you love to travel to,
London,
um, color that you love,
blue, and shades of white,
your favorite movie.
GDLJ.
Oh, your favorite place to eat.
Everywhere. I can't pick up this.
Yeah.
I love to eat at a shack. I love to eat at a 5-star. I love to cook with the local people where they are making local vegetables. I love to cook at 5 stars with the
Yeah.
high profile chefs.
So, okay, let me put it differently. Your favorite cuisine.
Dal chawal, Indian, home food.
Wow. And do you have pets? Do you love dogs, cats?
Very scared of
You're
pets.
scared of pets? Yeah. A favorite and the most memorable moment in your life.
Most memorable moment was when I had my first child in my arms.
Yeah.
The first look of his is what keeps me going.
What the last book that you read?
Ashtavakra Gita.
I'm sorry?
Ashtavakra Gita.
The last movie that you saw.
Last 12th fail. And I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my last question. What do you think being a working woman brings to you in life?
Working woman, I may not call it as, because when I was working earlier, it did not complete me. But currently, I can say with the current scenario, working with my passion completes me. It's getting connected to your soul.
That is so beautiful. Yeah. I really, I have so much respect and I feel, I mean, because I also probably belong to the same genre because I've always lived and worked with my passion my whole life, that we are so privileged, that we
Yes.
found our calling, that we had the privilege and the opportunity to pursue it, to make something out of it. So it makes us feel more fulfilled because I feel as a woman, I tell everyone, it is hugely our responsibility to ensure that we find what we love to do. Because if we are happy, we make everyone around us happy. If we are unhappy,
Absolutely.
it creates.
Everybody around us is unhappy.
So it's very important for us to
So
make.
grateful and thankful to this. Yes, I'm so grateful and thankful to this particular state of mind because I really feel very less people are blessed like this, and I am one of them. To be so content, happy, doing what I want to, having such a supportive family, such a amazing, surroundings, so many learnings from everyone I'm around with. It's lovely to be in such a state.
Wonderful. Well, Parul, thank you so much. It's been, I thought I usually wrap up in 20 minutes. We've gone over 30 minutes. So I really want to thank you for this wonderful conversation, for sharing your aspirations, your life, your journey, and everything that you're doing with Out. And I really hope more and more of us can come and savor your fine dining experience and really enjoy the love that you put in your food and experience that more than once.
Thank you so much, Nidhi. It was really a pleasure, and I can't thank you enough. I don't know what to say, but I'm so much elated and content currently. I'm feeling very happy. Thank you so much.
All the best.